Next comes to another life cycle which we are doing is the cockroach life cycle, where again it is a 3-stage life cycle. You can see that the eggs are there, nymph is there, and the adult cockroach is there. Yes. So it is just like similar to the grasshopper which we have done. Yes. So grasshopper and cockroaches have a 3-stage life cycle. Okay. So coming to the first stage, that is the egg, what happens? 10 to 55 eggs are laid at a time by a female cockroach. Cockroaches create nest and lay eggs in warm, moist and tight spaces conducive to a safe and viable environment. Means conducive to a safe and viable environment means that they should lay their eggs, or they are laying the eggs in the environment which suits them. Okay, which is very, warm type of climate. This is done to protect the young ones, which they hatch from the eggs. They want to protect them. So first thing is, in the egg stage, first is that the 10 to 55 eggs are laid at one time. Second point is that the cockroach, they lay eggs in a warm and moist places. Third is the eggs will take 1 to 2 months to hatch. See, it's a longer time which they are taking to hatch. Okay. Again, 3-stage. So the first stage is the egg, where 10 to 55 eggs laid by the female cockroach at one time. Second point in the eggs is that the eggs are laid in warm and moist places. It takes 1 to 2 months to hatch. Next stage will be the nymph stage. When the cockroach eggs are hatched, the babies which enter the nymph stage, in this stage, the baby cockroach darkens to their normal brown coloration as they molt and mature. Okay, so they are in the nymph stage, they are molting, doing molting also, and they are maturing also. Okay, and becoming to the brown coloration. The nymph stage can last for a few months to almost 1 year. See, it's a very long time. So the next stage is the nymph stage, where it becomes dark brown in color. And it does molting. Now the third stage will be the adult stage. In adult stage, once a cockroach experiences its final molting, now most of the cockroaches are brown in color. Many cockroach species have wings also. Majority of cockroaches do not fly. They will crawl quickly from place to place, traveling up to 3 to 4 miles per hour to avoid predators. female will begin the reproduction process by laying the eggs. So as soon as they become into the adult, they become dark brown in color. They will crawl. Most of the cockroaches, they have wings, and some they do not fly, but they will crawl.
What is predators?
Predator is anyone who eats the animal, like who is lizard. It will eat the cockroach. So lizard will be a predator. Okay, like a lion eats the deer. So lion will be the predator for deer.
Thank you,
Okay. So it is dark brown in color. Some wings, some can fly, but all can crawl from one place to another. Yes. Done, all of you? Okay, 1 minute more. Done. Now comes to the characteristics of the animals, which we are going to study the characteristics of animals. All animals can move, grow, and eat food. Agree with the statement? All animals are doing. We also come in the category of animals only. We are also eating, growing, and moving also. The animals move from one place to another to get food and water, shelter. Shelter is chat. Okay. Like we are also living in our house. In the same way, animals also have their own house. Protection from the enemies means protection from the enemies. Enemies means which can harm them. Protection from natural calamities. What are natural calamities? Anyone is aware? Natural calamity. Natural calamity means natural disasters like earthquake, flood. These are natural calamities. So you get protection, isn't it? If you are living in a house, you get protection from all these things. This kind of movement of animals is known as locomotion. Locomotion means movement. The movement is caused by different parts in different animals. So different animals are having different parts for locomotion. Like, for example, if we take humans, Medhansh, tell me, we humans walk with what? What we have to walk or move from one place to another?
Legs.
Legs. Okay, Nesha, you tell me about lizards. How lizards move from one place to another?
They crawl.
They crawl. So they have limbs to crawl. Okay. Pratyush, you tell me how crocodile moves from one place to another.
Have its legs.
Legs. It's having a pair, two pairs of legs or limbs by which they can crawl. Good. Tell me, Krishna, there are insects like lobster. Insects are there. How they move from one place to another?
Ma'am, insects like lobster.
Lobster. I'm talking of lobster.
Okay, ma'am. With their fins?
They have legs. 3 pairs of legs.
3 pairs. That means there's
Lobster have many pairs of legs, but usually if you find the insect like cockroaches or grasshoppers, they have 3 pairs of legs to walk or crawl from one place to another. Okay. If I say,
actually, I didn't know anything about lobster.
okay, it's okay. Lobster is a very, dangerous type of an insect. Okay, reddish brown in color. Okay, you might be seen on the television, might be. Okay, so characteristics of animals we have done. The animals, they require food, they require water, okay, they require shelter, and the animals move from one place to another in order to find food and water, shelter, protection from enemies, and protection from natural calamities. Different animals have different ways to move from one place to another. For example, walk, like ants and the housefly. They can walk also. Housefly can even fly also. Yes. For example, jump. Flea beetles and frog hoppers, they can jump. Okay. Hop. Hop means kudna, like frogs, grasshoppers, they hop. For example, mosquitoes, dragonflies, they will fly and move from one place to another. For example, animals like cheetah, horse, they can run fast due to their limbs or the legs. Animals which walk on land like the cow and the buffalo. Animals with the 2 legs such as bears and gorillas. Can you see that? See, like humans, they are also having 2 legs and they are walking. Animals that crawl like the snakes and the earthworm. They crawl, they slither on the ground. Clear? Growth in animals. Growth is an increase in size. Growth takes place when cells within a living thing increase in size and number. Throughout its life, a living thing continues to grow in different ways. Now, you tell me, are we growing? Yes or no? Give a thumbs up or down thumb up. Are we growing? How come we are growing? What is happening inside our body that we are growing? Our body is made up of cells. All. Animals' body, plants' body, humans' body, everyone's body, living person, living, not table. Like table, you can't say table is made up of cells. No. The living body, okay? So plants and animals come in that category. So the living bodies which we have, they have multiple millions and millions of cells in the body which keep on multiplying, and so we are growing in the height. Is that clear? So it is the cells which are growing in the size and the number, due to which we feels that, oh, he's growing. Yes, he's just fetching the height. How come? What is the reason? That is the growth of the cells, the number of the cells. Food consumption in animals. Okay, from here we will start in the next class. Okay, before that, quickly let's revise what we have done in today's class. Very important class, today's class. Coming to life cycle, we have discussed the life cycle of, first of all, we have discussed about the butterfly, in which it is a 4-stage life cycle: egg, caterpillar, pupa, and then the adult. We have already done about the egg is there and it is released in the protective hard shell. Then the caterpillar which comes out, which eats on the leaves and all that, and the molting process is done. Then pupa, it develops a new covering around it, cocoon. And then comes the adult butterfly. When it comes out, it leaves the cocoon and then it sends bloods to its wings. Then comes the life cycle of a grasshopper, where it is 3-stage life cycle: egg, nymph, and adult, where the egg laid by the female grasshopper and it is releasing any sticky substance. Okay. Protective waterproof pod means a shell. Okay, pod means like the bee, you see peas in the pod, na? Mutter. How come it's there? It is in a pod. In the same manner, it is in the pod. Nymph. Nymph is similar to that of adult, but they do not have wings and it undergoes molting. Adult grasshopper, it is after laying the eggs for 3-4 days regularly, it dies. Life cycle of a frog, which is a 4-stage life cycle: egg, tadpole, frog, and adult frog. Then comes the egg. Egg, it is laying thousands of egg and a jelly-like substance is released to protect the eggs from being attacked by any other animal. Then it forms the tadpole form. When the tadpole form is there, it is having a long, you can say, tail, and it also have gills to breathe. Froglet, where the tail is reduced in size and also they can float on water. They have their front legs develop. Okay. Adult frog is there. Totally the tail is disappearing. Cockroach, 3-stage life cycle. So many, means 10 to 55 eggs are laid. Nymph stages, which is smaller than the adult one, light brown in color. Adult is there, which is dark brown in color. Some can fly, some can crawl. Characteristics of animals we have done, where I told you that the animals, they will move from one place to another in search of food, shelter, protection, and protection from natural calamities. So some will walk, some will hop, some will crawl, some will jump. Okay, you need to learn the examples. Some will have the legs to walk. Growth, I told you, because the number of cells are multiplying quickly, so we are growing. Then is food consumption, which we will start later on. I hope you have understood today's class. Clear? So kindly please revise today's class. It is very, very important. You need to learn the stages. Okay, so that you can answer me in the next class. Yes, Krishna?
Yes, ma'am. Just a doubt, may I ask you? Okay, ma'am. What is the full form of POD?
Pod. It is known as pod only. It is not a full form. It is pod only.
Okay,
like peas are formed in the pea pod, na? In the same manner, that is grown in a pod. Pod is a type of a shell covering, you can say.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, bye-bye. Take care.